Hi everyone, this is Lori from My Garden in Bloom. I garden in Zone 8B here in Oregon up by beautiful Mount Hood. I've had a pot in my backyard kind of on the edge of the shade garden, and I've tried planting things in it many different times, and I've just never been satisfied with how things grew. And I think partially it was because I had this really nice pot in a mostly shade area, or at least half the day shade. And last year I planted up a whole bunch of daffodils in there. I probably put about 18 in there, and they all rotted. And the year before I put some coleus in there, and even that didn't do very well. So I don't know, I just felt like I needed to move that pot out of that area. No matter what I grew in there, it wasn't going to do very good. So I took that pot and I moved it out into one of my front garden beds, my main garden bed, and it gets a lot of sun. It gets the morning sun, and but it gets really the afternoon sun. And I bought a bunch of like sun-loving plants, and I put them in there, and hopefully it's going to do a lot better where I moved it to. I hope so, because it's really actually a really nice pot, and I spent a lot of money on it, and I've tried to grow all kinds of things in it, and I think that it was in the wrong location. So I will move things around here, and I'll let you see the garden that I'm talking about, that I moved it to, and the pot that I bought, or that I moved. Here's the front garden bed that I'm talking about. I had been out here several times. It's probably about a month ago I did a small garden tour of this. So many things have bloomed here. It's so gorgeous. I'm so happy with this. I have always been really happy with this little garden bed. And there's all my yellow jump ups. I have 1, 2, 3 pots in here, and now I've added another one to it. Let me walk over here and we can take a look at my new planter. For a centerpiece, I put a osteospermum in the middle, or African daisy. People call it both. And then I have some salvia, which will get to be a little bit taller. So it'll be a middle kind of tall plant. Now this, what I call this, is a feather plant. This is a plant that will spill over the edge, but I'll probably cut part of it back so that it'll be a little bit bushier. It probably, from being grown in the nursery and being in a bunch of other plants, it got kind of leggy. So I'll fix that. I'll cut it back a little bit. I have a petunia in there that's called Bee's Knees, and when I was planting this pot, I accidentally dumped a whole bunch of dirt on top of it. I did wash it off a little bit, but didn't come perfectly clean. I have some variegated sage in there. I love to put things like herbs and stuff in planters. They just add such texture and color to a planter, and then smells too. Of course, it's sage. It smells beautiful. And over on this side, I have, oh, excuse my shadow, I have some lobularium, and I also have licorice plant, which the licorice plant and the lobularium will both trail over the side. In the back there I have some pink and yellow calibracholia, million bells. That's the common name for those, are million bells, and I have those in a lot of my pots just because I love the variation of the colors that are, available, and they love full sun. All of these plants right here love the full sun. They would not have done well at all if I would have stuck them back. I would have left the pot in the same place in the backyard. So I think moving it up here in a more sunny spot is a really good idea. Let's see, let me show you a couple of more things. I have a dahlia coming up from, oh, look at who's visiting. Hi, Sandy. Oh, I love when Sandy comes over to visit. She's the neighbor's kitty. I have some cat mint right there, and a self-seeded echinacea. It's a pink variety, and here is the mother plant. That's been there for like 4 years. Is beautiful. And when you see all of these stock around the garden, I started those from seed. They are so easy to start from seed. They smell so beautiful, and they're such cute little fillers in the garden. And then I have larkspur around here. And in this garden, I haven't had my pincushion plant bloom yet, but it's back there. It's getting ready to bloom. And I kind of think that one of the big focal points of this garden here is this salvia. Isn't that gorgeous? That is a perennial salvia that comes back every year. And here is an annual salvia that I like to plant around in all my garden beds. It's actually everywhere that you go. Here's some more stock that I planted from seed. Look at that lavender. Oh, gorgeous. And then I just moved this here. This is an iris, and it's called Tour de France. I have mostly purple irises, so I just thought it would be nice to bring some color out here. They bloomed wonderfully, so they really like it here. I'm glad. I'm going to dig up those tulips, because tulips don't naturalize in Oregon. We don't have, in this part of Oregon, we don't have a cold enough winter. I have a couple of bird houses, little bird houses, which I have never seen any birds ever go and make a nest in them. I've seen them look at them, but I think they're not far enough off the ground. They're too close to the ground, especially when you see visitors like Sandy. So I have some hot lip salvia that I'm going to be planting up there today. I have one day off of work. Beautiful weather. We had pouring down rain for 2 days, so it's really easy to weed, really easy to dig things up. So I took the day off, and then I'll go back to work Thursday and Friday. But look at all the jump ups. In the summertime, I actually come out here and sit on a bucket and I deadhead these things so that they'll keep blooming all summer long. Anyway, there is my addition to my front garden bed. Oh, I forgot to show you these are daisies, and they're called Luna. Luna or Luma. One of those. I'll look it up and put it on the screen. And here is my ruby spider lily. This has 1, 2, 3, 4 Skypes on it. Oh, Sandy, what were you running over here? Did a bee chase ya? She's so sweet. What a sweet kitty. She's named Sandy because somebody abandoned her and her brother by the Sandy River. So my neighbors adopted her, and that's what they named her, Sandy, after the Sandy River. It's beautiful down there. I have some lilies growing back there, some Asiatic lilies that will get tall. I'm seeing if they like it, if it's too shady there. But you know, this garden gets the afternoon sun, full sun, and actually gets really hot. Anyway, I thought I would show you my new pot. I keep promising a garden tour, a full garden tour, which I will get around to probably after I finish school in 2 weeks. Finish school meaning I'm an EA, a teacher's aide, so school will be out for this summer. The garden's looking beautiful. Flowers are blooming all over the place. I have things to get planted in there. I have a couple more shade planters to get planted. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day out in the garden, and I will talk to you soon.